Thank you. So I thought I would share some top reasons to enter business awards, because they are one of those things that people kind of say, I hear a lot of, oh, I'll just wait till someone else nominates me. And it kind of makes me go, oh, no, don't do that, because nobody knows your business like you do. So nobody's going to have that inside information that the panel or the judges are looking for. And so it's really important that you are the ones that self-nominate, and don't feel like, you're blowing your own trumpet. You're not. Actually, it's a really good way of looking at all those achievements that you've set out, that you've been achieving over the years. So I'm going to share some top tips with you. I am going to do it, pretty quickly so that we have got time for questions, because I think, awards is it's not a seat that's here, in every other network. So it's something a bit new to some people. If I'm teaching you to suck eggs, I apologize. But let's share some top tips and then let's get your questions answered, because you always get more information from questions. So top 6 reasons to enter then. Well, the first one is got to be recognition. That recognition of winning an award, of being up on stage. People do tend to focus on that award winning, being up on stage, the round of applause, the inspirational music as you walk to the stage. But I'm going to get to actually why that's probably the least important part, actually. So recognition for you, for your business, they showcase your achievements. So have a think about what you've achieved over the last year. Think about your successes within your business, within your team. It demonstrates your business as a business leader. Now, I'm just thinking of someone like Steve here. There's a lot of UW reps out there, but what makes Steve different? What are his achievements in the industry? What's he done? What makes him an award-winning, or potentially an award-winning business owner compared to somebody else in the same industry? And you could think that about anyone. There's lots of graphic designers out there, but what's going to set Jonathan out? So having this award gives them the recognition that they deserve, and it helps them stand out as a leader. So that's my number 1. Number 2, it's a third party endorsement. Now, we hear this quite a lot when we're networking. It's great when you get referrals. Somebody said it earlier. Alison was talking about someone referred her, so actually he was happy to just book. Most awards are judged by an independent panel. They could be industry experts, they could be business leaders, it could be, if they're company awards, it could be leaders within that company. But it gives you that independent endorsement. It's not you saying, hey, I'm really good at this. It's actually somebody else having the time to look at your credentials, look at your nomination, and saying, actually, this person is award winning. They stand out from the crowd. So having that third party endorsement, very similar to what Alison was saying earlier in her 1 minute round, where she was talking about having that endorsement. Somebody was happy to book with her because somebody else had referred her. So you know what it's like when someone refers you. That's the best kind of referral ever, isn't it? That word of mouth. So actually having someone saying this person deserves an award is a really great way of doing that. So third party endorsement is the second one. The third one is credibility. And I love this. We're all looking for credibility, aren't we? We all want to be known as that credible business. And so you get from a business award, if you win an award, you stand out from your customers. You have more credibility than any advertising or marketing can give you, because again, it goes back to that third party endorsement. So it really improves your credibility. Having those words, award-winning websites or award-winning travel, actually just gives you that edge. So have a think about your credibility. What do you want to be known as? What do you want people? And it's that thing, isn't it, where you kind of under promise and over deliver. That's all about credibility. So these are another great way of you adding to that credibility. The fourth one is having a competitive advantage. We all have competitors, all of us, whether that's in the same industry, whether it's somebody else in a different company. Hey, come on, we even compete against ourselves at times, don't we? So there is always competitors. Now, even with, like me, I love I always think collaboration over competitors. I do, but you have to have that competitive advantage. So by winning an award or entering awards, what you're actually doing is showcasing your experience and expertise. And somebody said to me once, and I think this is a really great way of looking at it, when you fill out your nomination form, it's a bit like a mini review of your business. It's kind of that what's happened so far, what's happening now and what you've achieved and what your future goals are. So it makes quite a good plan and an overview. And there will be things as you're going through a nomination form that you think, oh, I'd forgotten about that, or oh, I didn't think that was relevant. It's not always about the facts and figures. Now, if you're entering an award such as a business growth, of course, you're going to want to include facts and figures. But a lot of the judges I've worked with, a lot of the awards I've seen, a lot of the people that run the awards, they always say it's about the story. So have a think about that story as you're entering, as you're filling out your nomination forms. What's giving you that competitive edge? Showcase the experience that you've got. You know, we've talking about social media earlier. The fact that they white label for a lot of other companies, they allow other companies to look really, really good. People might not know that because the other companies probably aren't shouting about it. However, they can go on and say, actually, we white label for 10, 20, 30, 100 people. Suddenly that experience is being shown and their expertise, because all these different businesses are putting their faith in them, you know. So what expertise have you got? What do you want to be known for? Go and find some awards that's going to help you build that competitive advantage. So again, you know, it's about standing out for your competitors, and it is about your commitment to excellence. So if you can really showcase that you are committed to being the cheapest utility provider in the country, or it's not about the cheapest holiday, but it's about, you know, how full of stuff, you know, how much your customer service is brilliant, whatever that is. It might be like Jonathan said earlier, I'm going to start designing your magazine. It might be about he wants to get more from that. He wants to be an award-winning graphic designer. And so magazines, he's not going to have to stalk me, because magazines are going to go looking for him because he's an award-winning designer. So it's about having that commitment to excellence. But it's also about, and I don't, some of you I think are self-employed, some of you have got bigger businesses where you've got employees. It's about attracting that new talent. If you're award winning, if you've got that commitment to excellence, can you bring in new talent? What is it that they're looking for? They're more likely to come and work with you because they can see that your commitment to excellence is there. Might be training, other things like that. So my top tip number 5 is reputation. Now we know this because we're kind of avid networkers. We network all the time, and we know that our reputation within networks, within communities, you know, it has to be strong. We spoke about it earlier. It's really easy to talk about things that upset you. It's easy to talk about a bad referral when something goes wrong. It's just how the brains are programmed. But actually, we very rarely talk about great experiences unless we're in a culture like this, where actually that's what we're all here to give those referrals, aren't we? But people don't often do it. So to build your reputation in this way is a really good way for others to view you as a trusted and respected business. So have a think about that. What do what is your business currently giving off in terms of your reputation? It also allows you to become a business leader in your industry. So good reputations then, as I've said, they can lead to increased customer trust. That's why we're here. We hear that know, like, trust all the time. It's all down to trust. I promise you, I didn't prompt Alison to talk about this earlier, but it's really good, isn't it? Because she was talking about customer trust, and it just shows that the reputation, you don't always get it straight away. You don't get that piece of work straight away, but by building that trust, by building that reputation, then it works really well. And reputation is a strong thing. I was only talking to someone the other day who's got a really, really good reputation, and I said, I just don't see it. Like the communication that I get, I'm waiting 4 weeks for a quote. they're not answering messages, and actually that can be so damaging to a reputation. So we need to do things that keep that reputation good. So things like customer trust, it helps with partnerships, like you say, these collaborations that we can do. And it also helps with networking opportunities, because, you know, if, for instance, Michael was to rock up here one day with some shiny awards or a nice piece of glass, we'd all be clapping him, we'd be cheering him on, we'd be putting it on his our LinkedIn, we'd be sharing it. And so it builds his reputation. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a VIP Rebel one. There we go. Like, so he's already got an award. We don't need to nominate him then. Shh, don't tell him that. So it can help with increased growth, and it can help with the success of your business. My final tip is marketing. And this is where you win, even if you don't win. So people often get hung up on the, oh, what am I going to say if I get on stage and I win? I'm running an awards this year. There's going to be 200 people in the room. There's 60 finalists. There's 12 winners. Most of the people in that room are not going to win, but their business will, because there's networking opportunities. They'll have badges which say nominee, finalist, winner. It's about promoting it, sharing your wins, sharing your stories. Why are you nominated? Why are you a finalist? It's about connecting with the hashtags and getting involved. So 2 stories here. Last year, a lady won our Network Marketer of the Year award. Now, a lot of awards don't recognize network marketers. I'm really passionate about it because it's a great industry. She won it and then posted, I can't believe I've won an award. It came at the time I was about to quit. And you don't know what's going on in somebody's business. And actually 12 months on, she shares that story quite a lot. And I know she's got a whole new network and a massive growth in her business because of that award, because she's seen, not only have other people seen her in a different light, she's seen herself in a different light. She's taken herself really seriously now. And the other person, they entered, they were a finalist. They loved it so much, they decided to sponsor a different category. They were a fashion designer. They had no idea what they were going to get from sponsoring an award. He put it out there, he marketed it, he jumped on some podcasts. And this week, this year at London Fashion Week, he actually dressed Anita Dobson. And he puts that awards. He designed my dress, he made my dress. There was 2 others in the room with clothing from him. And yeah, he went on to be on London Fashion Week on the catwalk, Anita Dobson. How amazing is that? Just from sponsoring and entering some awards. So if you are wondering, why is this woman here? What is she talking about awards for? It all seems very nice, but it's not for me. I promise you, it absolutely is for you, because your business will win even when you don't win. There you go. Any questions?
Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, I've got a question, Stacey. So is there somewhere that we as business owners can go to find the awards that are available to enter? Is there like a sort of a central point? Or
well, it's funny you ask that, because at the minute, no, there isn't. You could Google business awards and hundreds will come up. There's industry awards, there's UK awards, there's regional awards, there's FSB awards, there's lots and lots. There's awards for women, all sorts. And it is something that I have said quite often. Wouldn't it be great to have a list of awards available that I can send out to my clients and say, you should enter that? I'm yet to find one, so I am putting one together. I'm going to be launching an awards training part of my business, and it will include that. Because yeah, like I would say, I would Google it. Google awards, so awards for coaches. You'll get some industry ones. You'll get some. There are quite a lot of women's ones. FSB are pretty good. They do regional ones and then like a UK one, and obviously Business Success Network awards as well. But yes, at the minute, I'm yet to find one.
Fantastic. And are your awards still open for us to?
So they're not open for nominees, because it's literally happening in a couple of weeks.
How exciting!
It is very exciting. Yeah, I know Jonathan's. We've had a 1-to-1, and he's doing some stuff for 1N. Tickets are still available this week, but I'm about to shut them off. So if anyone wants to come and join the 1N table, and party with Matt and his Cuban shoes, or Jen and Jonathan's merch, come and join us.
Okay, brilliant. Any more questions?
Stacey, you know, the awards like yours, are they always in the same place, or do you? Because that can put some people off, I would possibly think.
Yeah, so we run ours because they're in national awards, we run them in Birmingham so that they're quite central. But there will be other awards that we've held it in the same venue for the last 2 years because it was a good venue. You know, they know what we're like, we know what they're offering. So it works really well in that sense. But yeah, I can completely understand that. We try and keep it as local as possible, you know, good train lines when they're not on strike, car parks, you know, all that kind of thing. It has to be kind of pretty central for us. But there are awards that I've seen where one year they're in Birmingham, the next year they'll go onto the South Coast, the next year they'll go up, and they just kind of do a bit of a, you know, a bit of a change it up each year. So it's down to the awards.
And do you get well, it's too specific about that event. No, you know, when you said before about how you can self-nominate, do you not think it's always better to get somebody else to nominate you?
No, because even when people have nominated you, for instance, they're not going to know your story as much. They're not going to know your facts and figures. They're not going to know what makes you award winning. They know that you're lovely and you give great customer service, or that you're a really nice person that they've networked with, but they won't know the ins and outs. And actually most people, I know we did last year, everybody that was nominated, we actually went back to them and said, right, now give us your juicy bits, tell us the stuff, come in and add to your nomination, because that's where you're going to get the information that's going to be that get you over the line and get you in front of the judges.